and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody, thanks for coming out. It's a beautiful day. Everybody get a chance to read the minutes?
Roll call first.
Oh, roll call, I'm sorry, jumping the gun.
Shane Bailey,
Present.
Darren Howell,
He's excused.
Don Miller,
Yeah.
Kurt Spiewak,
Sure. Absent.
Teresa Schritton, Randy Thorpe, excused, Jane Barco, present, Mary Chipinarella,
Here.
Attorney Chris Farrell,
Here.
Michelle Bugolski, here, Heather Huss, present.
Minutes from the last meeting, everybody get an opportunity to check them out?
There's a correction I will make about a location for the 911 emergency planning meeting.
You can sit here, nobody's here.
Under Jane's, on the back paper. It says the meeting is May 15th. The meeting takes place in, at the 911 center. So,
Emergency management.
emergency management center.
Thanks, Heather. Okay.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
Teresa made a motion, Don seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion carries. The bills.
No additions.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have an extra minute or two to look at the bills.
Yep.
please.
Absolutely. Hi, Chief.
Hey, good evening, how are you?
Wonderful yourself.
How was the travel, all right?
Just pulled in. Well, 476, correct.
They had a Sherkill too?
Just right down to Collegeville area.
Bad enough.
Yeah, so not really too far off. So.
What is YCG Incorporated? What is that?
That's for the caliber, the speed caliber for the police. Is that correct, Chief? Caliber, YCG?
No, YCG is a calibration for the timing watches. That's the company. It's done every 60 months. I mean, every 60 days. What kind of month? Every 60 days.
Okay, thanks.
What is the 35 residential gas hookups? What's that 35 that we brought in?
35 people, residents, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good, Jane?
Yeah, I got to it now, thank you. I'll make a motion to pay the bills as listed.
I'll second it.
Jane made a motion, Teresa seconded it, all in favor? Aye. Aye, yes, all in favor, yes.
Aye.
Aye, aye. All in favor? Yes, nays. Motion carries. Police report, Chief.
Okay, report for March, police report. Let's see, disabled vehicles, we had 2. Assist other police agencies, we had 3. Noise complaints, disturbances, 2. Public assists for motorists were 1. Suspicious vehicles, 4. Thefts, we had 1 theft. Let's see, traffic verbal warnings were 1, and written citations for traffic, there were 3. Ongoing investigations, we have about 11. And total calls for the month are 43. For the month, that's total calls.
Okay. Thanks, Chief. Any questions for the Chief?
Also, for the vests, we finally got the replacement vest, the one that needed to be replaced. submitted payment to the grant, okay, since we have it. And they'll pay it. It might take a couple months. I don't know when they'll issue the check, but the amount will be $1,386.45. So it'll be 50% of the total cost they'll pay.
That's good news.
Yeah, so, again, that's up to the government when they pay it out, but it's by putting in for payment. Okay?
Perfect.
How much is that?
$1,386.45. And they either check or go directly into the bank account for the borough. I won't see it. Maybe you guys will see it. Okay?
Shelley will be the first. Okay. Anything else for the chief? Going once, going twice. Fire company report, Aaron.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm not gonna itemize everything, it'll take up a lot of your time, we usually do a lot of that, I'm sure. We like to do better like Mr. Gladys does, that was, just summarize it, so we're not taking up as much time, but I'm taking some time on it. First of all, our reports, anybody who wants to know, we had 22 calls for the month of March. Anybody who wants to know what the calls were, anything else is public knowledge, please see me, I'll give you whatever we have of what the calls are. That being said, I want to bring up, this year is an ISO rating year for the borough. It'll be for the fire, well, it's for the fire company within the borough, that's the Insurance Services Office. What they do is they rate the fire department within the borough, and that's who sets the homeowner's rates, every homeowner's insurance rates. Your homeowner's insurance rates are set by ISO ratings of the department. That comes up every 5 years. You'll see that posted. That being said, that's where we brought in the new updated rescue tools we bought. We secured a $70,000 loan. They're in service on the thing. We're in the process now of adding a full rescue to the department. That rating is based on, we've been asking a lot within the public of some assistance in that rating. Water company, we'd ask, like, we need to know flow rates of every hydrant, distances from every hydrant to a house, response times, members, certification, that's what sets your homeowner's rates within the borough. This year's a year we've been asking, a little assistance on there. That being said, on the thing, they got it this year, right now, Waymart Fire Company has the highest members that it's ever had. We have 39 members with 5 juniors. On that rating that we came up with that was posted, we had to pull a members list. We have 39 members, 5 juniors. 8 of the 39 don't have gear. 14 sets of our gear that is in there that's rated that they asked for are out of date. We're trying to replace 14 sets of gear in the thing after securing loans for rescue tools and possibly a new rescue coming into town, which will be a second engine. It'll be a rescue engine, which is going to increase. It's going to be a 750-gallon tank and 1,500-gallon-a-minute pump on there, which puts a second engine in town. We're asking if the borough, he's helped us in the past, out of the 14 sets of gears, would the borough be able to help us with at least 2 sets of gear? Out of everything that's on. You have helped us out tremendously in the past. Last year, you did 2 sets of gear. That was a help it was. We've replaced 6 sets already in the last 3 months on the thing. And we're doing what we can to get them up on the thing, but being an ISO year, we do ask if there's any possibility the borough can help us with 2 sets of gear. Now, that 2 sets of gear ain't playing down 2 sets of gear. It's not a drop in the bucket. It's not a fortune, but, it does add up. And basically, just respectfully asking if the borough would help us with 2 sets of gear.
I'm sure we would love to. I think last year we used the money from American Rescue. So how does it work with liquid fuels money?
It's on streets and roads.
Right, so it would have to be general fund money?
In the general fund.
Gotcha, okay. With the other 3 members not here, could you bring us some literature or maybe
Absolutely,
a couple
yep, absolutely. And that being said, also, it don't have to be now.
Right.
At the end of the year comes our ISO rating. That's what we're working on. It could be, in the next quarter, or the end of the year, you have a surplus somewhere, whatever comes in. We're just asking on the thing of, we bring you some things, if you look over it and consider, if you make it, if the borough would agree to it or make a commitment, we would get it ordered sooner than possible, kind of like anything else. It's every month the price goes up.
Yeah.
You know, it's brutal the way they hit us.
Sure is.
That was only 2 sets last year?
Yes, ma'am.
Last
How
year,
much were they last year?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I'm glad you're all sitting down. It's $12,439.57.
3 sets. That was 2.5 sets. That was 2 full sets and one turnout jacket and 1 set of turnout pants.
Yeah, there was
I
no
believe I
boots
could bring
or
that.
helmet or gloves, I think.
Oh, so set is the helmet, gloves, jacket, pants, boots?
Yes,
Okay.
and even if not, you can't even go there. The jacket and pants.
Okay.
The helmets are like $380.
Okay.
The jackets and pants is what kills us. And like I said, we're 14 sets out, 8 don't have sets. So that membership that helps the ISO ratings also, we get hit on the back end on the thing. And same thing to streets and roads on the thing. We'll probably be asking you guys just help with just distances of intersections. There's a lot that goes to it. The distance of an intersection will affect all it is it sets our response, how well our response is if there'd be a fire, an emergency, anything else. And that's just where we're at. You know, I hate to ask, but we're hitting everything with an ISO year is tough because in the end, it comes back on us in the borough. If they get an increase in homeowners insurance rates, it's on us. If they get a decrease, then it's good. So we're either good or we become the villain on that matter.
Right.
So we have been asking for help. So
Sure, never hurts to ask.
No, sir.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all your time and thank you for at least hearing it out and taking your time today.
Yeah, if you need help with the ISO, I'm sure, I don't know what you need from any of us, but I'm sure we could go out and.
There'll be just the intersections of roads, road widths.
Oh, okay.
What they'll do is some of these roads where we can't get a full engine down the road and have to put another, it just affects the response rates of
Sure.
it weighs the risk of the insurance company insuring the response times where we can get trucks. You know, the
That's
new
also where the new rescue comes in.
the new rescue engine's gonna that should bump us at about 1.5 points having a rescue engine, because then we respond with 4,250 gallons of water. It's just what we're bringing with us minus the hydrants.
And it's a bit smaller than our current engine.
So it'll fit the roadways, it'll give us more water, more response, so that generally should make up about a point. Each point in the ISO rating affects about $150 a year on an insurance policy.
Wow. Yeah,
So it could be a benefit,
Sure.
I mean, absolutely, we strive for it to be a benefit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And between the trucks and the new rescue tools and everything, we're in loans of $180,000 this year so far on trying to meet these.
It goes quick, doesn't it?
And that's why we're reaching out to you guys.
Right, yeah. No, I appreciate you guys
So,
coming in. We
I
definitely
appreciate you guys hearing us.
Yeah, please
Anytime we can-
bring in what you got. I mean, we got a lot of irons on the fire right now, but I think,
Absolutely.
like you said, maybe we can spread it out a little bit, let everybody look at it, chew on it,
And like we said,
help out where we can.
by the end of the year, even,
we would.
it
Yeah,
don't have to be
if we can.
is what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yeah, which I don't think we can do immediately anyway. I think
Right.
it could be with everything else we have cooking right now. So, but yeah, I think if you bring some stuff in to let us just take a peek at it and absorb it for sure.
Yes, thank you very much. I mean, I bring you estimates, quotes, and even a written proposal of why we were asking, just that it is
That's
basically why we're taking your time. So
Yeah.
make it a little easier on you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for the report. Thank you. Any questions? No? Mayor's report.
Yes, I have a few things, thank you. I'd like to ask the American Rescue Fund if they could give us $692, so we could buy patches for the officer's uniform, plus we have to get new updated citation books printed, because the fees changed. And Carson's has the patch set up pattern already, and they're giving us the lowest price. That's one. I received a call from resident on 296 concerning rodents in the area. And they found one in their cellar. They feel they're coming from the residents putting their garbage in their backyard, and also maybe from the garbage behind a motel, which is amazing, if that's the word to use. So we have to look into that. I'd like to thank Rob Grimm for having his workers clean some of our streets, removing the cinders. They did a great job.
Thank you.
And while they're sweeping, I think we also have to look at liquid fuels or the American Rescue painting of our crosswalks. There's none there. And the last thing I have,
On our roads, or on the state?
our roads
Okay.
plus the state. Now, my question is, I don't know, if we could get the PennDOT to paint the crosswalks on their road. You know?
Mhm.
That might be something we could ask.
Worth the phone call.
And we had a little discussion today concerning time and a half for the police officers. And back in 2023, it was approved with the budget that we would pay the officers time and a half and also give them $1 raise. And that all came out of the police budget. And there's which was given to me today, which was on the computer that was given to the officer. This came from, we got these dates, these holidays from the Wayne County Courthouse. And holidays will be paid a time and a half rate for each one worked. Please do not abuse this privilege. It is something that was approved this year. Do not work any more than your regular scheduled shift unless something comes up during your shift.
Yeah, but that's for 2023.
Yeah, and that stands. That was approved.
Okay, I just didn't know if you had a recent one.
No, this is all we have on our computer, but this was approved with a raise and paying them time and a half. And,
For holidays.
the question was Good Friday, okay? But Good Friday is on this, Good Friday is on the Wayne County, and we paid the officers that worked last year on Good Friday, time and a half. So I am asking that the borough pay 2 officers that worked on Good Friday and to follow the list that we have that Borough Council approved back in 2022 budget. That's all I have. Thank you.
22 or 23?
No, it was 423.
That's, we, in the 24 budget, we didn't vote on it in 24.
No, we never do. We never do. At least that I don't think.
What's that?
If we vote on a budget, any policies should be approved with
I
that.
think so too.
There's no.
Barb, you have something? Yeah?
Pertaining to the rodents?
Well, can we stick to
Sure.
the current conversation right now so that we can get it cleared up?
I would think it needs to be voted on in 24.
But in my defense, it's coming out of our budget, no matter what you give us.
Mhm.
And that's what you approved it on. It didn't cost you a penny. It come out of our 60-some
No,
dollars.
I get that, but every year we have to approve a budget.
Well,
Time and a half came out of your budget, so, I mean, what if all the officers decided they're gonna work time and a half and not straight time? What if they only worked on holidays?
Shelley, you know better than that. You know our
No.
officers. Our officers aren't like that.
I know
Okay.
they're not, but I'm just saying, what if, I'm just going according to policy, you know, and we don't have a
Well,
policy.
we don't have a
We
policy,
don't
so
have
here we
a
are,
policy.
we're going by policy. We don't have it.
And who had that paper? Did any council members see that paper?
Shelley, you can't find anything in the minutes.
There's nothing.
I know,
That's
I
right.
looked.
That's right.
You can't find the budget meeting in there, what was approved. Okay, I looked for almost an hour and a half today, and I know you looked. Okay, our minutes are bad back there.
The
No
minutes are
reflection
all,
here.
the minutes are all online.
No reflection here.
So-
But again, the minutes that are back there that I needed, there's nothing in that year about what was done on the budget.
Right.
Other than putting the tax rate,
Mhm.
that's it.
Well, for
There was no
2022,
minutes.
2022 minutes would be all online, because I wasn't here then. That was with the prior secretary. So those minutes are, all the minutes are online.
I understand that, and I
But
agree.
so I'm saying we could pull them up if you want us to.
I'm not saying anybody doesn't deserve anything, it's just that was overlooked in the budget for 2024. So I don't know, I'm not saying you guys don't deserve it, I'm just saying we didn't vote on it in 2024.
And I guess the question
And,
too is,
and that's something that we can open the budget back up.
who got that paper? Who saw that paper? Did
Who
any
saw
council
that paper?
member see that paper? I did not see that paper.
This paper was approved by Borough Council. It was given to the officer. He put it on the computer, okay? It's been on the computer since it was approved, Shirley.
But who saw it? Who on this council saw that paper?
I read the holidays to Borough Council. I've been telling you, there's nothing in the minutes that says that. Okay, there's nothing in the minutes that says we're gonna give them $1 raise and take it out of our budget.
Well, month to week, so we could look back online at the film too
Yeah,
as
you can
well.
look at film too, but if it was a budget meeting, it's not gonna be on film,
valid.
because I wasn't here for a budget meeting.
Right, it was a budget
For
meeting, different. You're right about that.
So if we want to open the budget back up, we can't do it at this meeting. We could do it at the May meeting, if need be, just to make it official.
Are all the holidays on the weekend?
No, there's a holiday right here. I got this from Wayne County. Okay, the courthouse. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King, President's Day, Good Friday, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Election Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, and Christmas Day. Okay? And this was approved by Borough Council. It came out of our budget. That's why it was probably approved so fast. It didn't cost the borough anything. They come out of our $60-some thousand. And no one said that I have to renew it every year. I know the budget's renewed every year, but nobody said that I had to renew this every year, or I would have.
All right.
It's just an oversight of everybody.
I
No-
think
no
we should go
fault.
along with Shane's suggestion and bring it up at next month's
Oh,
meeting
we can
and
very much
discuss
do
it
that.
then.
Is that okay with everybody?
Why do you have to wait until next month?
It has to be.
I mean, personally, I think I know when I work on a holiday, I get time and a half. I get double time, because we have off during Christmas, and if I go in, they pay me double time, but if I work on a holiday, and I'm sure we've all gotten it at one point or another, you got time and a half for a holiday if you worked it. If you didn't work it, you got straight time.
I think the question though is that Good Friday is not a federal holiday.
It's not-
But according to the county, it is.
Well, why was
Not
all
considered a
Can I
holiday.
say this? If you go down the Casey Highway on Good Friday, there's a police officer every 5 miles. That's when they do the saturation patrols on those holidays, whether it's a federal holiday or not. I know they were there on Holy Friday, so Good Friday.
And it doesn't depend on federal or state, because we're not federal or state. We're not in the union, because FOP would be our negotiator. They would give us the contract and put the holidays in. So the holidays were picked here.
And I guess the question would be, who else works on Good Friday? That's a good indication it's a holiday. Nobody works on Good Friday. But we're gonna ask the officers to. So.
The officers that work along where you said you saw it, do they get paid a time and a half?
Don't know. Didn't stop to ask them.
Well, let me have a little more on this, okay? You paid them time and a half for New Year's Day. You paid them time and a half for Martin Luther King Day. You paid them time and a half for President's Day, 2024. You paid them, okay, so now you don't want to pay them for Good Friday, which is the next holiday.
But these,
So you already started paying them for 2024.
Okay, so
but they are federal ones.
nobody's perfect, okay? So we could have just led with that. You could have just said, hey, this is a mistake on everybody's end. So, council, what are we gonna do? Because I do not want to keep dragging this out. So, do we pay for them? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, good enough. Just next time say, you guys paid, you don't have to go through all this. Then just say, it's an oversight, nobody's perfect.
So the other thing too is I don't have a list, so going forward, I just wanna make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I don't know what's a holiday and what's not a holiday, cause I
Can
don't
we
know
give
who
her
saw
a
that.
copy of that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's-
Okay.
yeah.
But that's a
Give you a copy.
2023, that's a
Yes,
2023 date.
Okay,
That's
enough
not-
with
I
this.
think that's just
All right, we're gonna
reasonable.
move on to the next
I'm just
subject.
saying
I don't want
that
to keep
the
going,
dates are
hashing this back and forth.
The
Are you
dates are different.
good, Mr. Mayor?
Thank you.
Thank you, officers, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
What about-
Thank you, council.
I want to end, before we move on, the state police get a holiday on Good Friday.
Great.
What about the two officers?
That's our
that work
contract,
Good Friday?
Yeah, well,
That's
No wonder they're all out.
let's just pay them, we paid them the holidays, apparently, that we've seen that already this year, so it's approved. It's fine, we're
So
good.
they get their
Okay.
time and a half.
Yeah, if Shelley can have a copy of this, so we're all on the same page.
Thank you.
Okay. To the next. Good, Mr. Mayor? Okay, zoning officer's report, David couldn't make it, he had one deck that he did a permit for. Solicitor's report,
Somebody dropped something off of my office. Do you guys want a title policy done? I get something that they're looking, the engineer's looking for a title verification for 4 lots down at the park. Is that right? Did you drop that off, Jane?
Yes.
Okay. So, are we doing title work on that? I mean, you can't just drop off paperwork and say, here, sign this and verify that the title is good on these. It's work that needs to be
It came from
done.
Jason
Okay.
Wood. He was the one that did it, and I simply ran it off,
Yeah.
and he instructed me to take it to you.
Yeah.
I did what I was told.
Good, okay. So it looks like there's a request that we have title work done on 4 lots. Does that sound right? Are there 4 lots down?
Yes,
at
there
the
are
park?
4 lots, that's what we received.
So I can't just verify, I just can't sign my name to something without it being looked at. So if you guys want me to have a title searcher go down there, do it, that'll be cheaper than me doing it, I can assure you. And then whether you want a title policy on the 4 lots, it's title insurance, and that's referenced in the
This
letter.
was all done, of course, when we received the lots from the school district. They gave it to us,
That's great. When was that?
1986.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, we're gonna have to check the last 30 years or so to see
Well, it's
if
always been,
anything.
it's been all
Jane, you could certify it then, all right?
I could, yes.
Go ahead, you
I've
certify
been here
it
for
then.
the 35 years.
You take the responsibility if there's something wrong too.
so does the engineer require us to get the title search done?
No,
So what does Chris need to do?
I gave him the forms, he has the forms, they have to
So
be filled out.
I won't sign any forms if there's not a
So what does Chris need to sign?
due diligence behind it. which
Okay,
is-
so do you want us to do a title search?
I gave him the
That's
copy,
what's
I
required,
gave
yeah.
him a copy of all the titles,
Okay.
so,
So
Thanks, Jane, but I'm not gonna use you as my title searcher.
will your
well, I
office
didn't, it
handle
came
the
from
title search?
Jason
What's
Wood.
that? I'll hire Bruce Alberry to do the title searches on the 4 lots.
Thank you.
That'll be about $750 probably.
Money down the drain.
Jane, I know you just love to do everything. Here, sign this, sign this, sign this. Don't worry, it's good. Well, guess what? It's gotta be
This
verified.
came from Jason Wood,
Good, yeah.
not from me.
That's right, and he mentioned the time. Well, you're saying in there, wasted money. Well, it's money that has to be spent, okay? He's the one saying that the
Did
title
you
has to
talk
be
to
verified.
Jason on the phone? He
No,
left you
I-
a, how
no,
many
I-
messages has he
I didn't
left
get
you?
one message. I got that from you.
He told me
Okay.
that he
Oh,
left
well,
you a
here's
message.
some, Jane.
Well, let's
It's
just
great
stop.
to hear something.
Guys, this is just insane.
So
We're
anyway,
not ready to wrap it up. We're gonna call it a night. What does Chris need to do?
do a title
Fill
search
out
on the
If
4
you
lots.
want to give me the paperwork, I'll go through the paperwork and I'll figure out what we need to do. I can't stand this
Okay,
arguing
do
back and
that,
forth.
do
This
it.
I'm
is
telling
crazy.
you what needs to be done,
Okay,
and
then
he even says
we're
it.
going to go with our solicitor's
Good.
request and we're gonna get it, the title searched. I don't understand why we need to argue about this stuff. Is the rest of council okay with that? Can we have a motion for Chris Farrell to do a title search on the park? All in favor?
Aye.
Nays?
No,
Motion
Wait,
passes.
time out. We need a motion, then we need a second, sorry.
Yes, sorry. Can someone second it, please?
I'll second it.
Motion made by Shane, seconded by Teresa. All in favor? Say
Aye.
yes again, please. Nays? No. Okay, motion carries. Chris, thank you for.
I'll order the
bringing
4
that up.
title searches from Bruce Alberry.
Okay.
That's all he does for a living.
Anything else, Attorney Farrell?
That's all I have.
Okay. Correspondence.
I have the ambulance report for the month of March. There were 77 dispatches and 74 responses. 25 calls were in Waymart Borough. All calls were covered. I have the Waymart Area Authority regular meeting. Their minutes, they're here if anybody would like to review them. I have the annual meeting for the Wayne Economic Development Corporation. The date is Thursday, May 9th at the Bryn Mawr Conference Center in Honesdale. The reception starts at 5:30, the dinner is at 6:30, there will be a silent auction. Dr. Katie Leonard, is the president and CEO of Johnson College, will be the featured speaker. Basically, the topic will be career and technical education, which currently the districts in Wayne and Pike County are seriously looking into. I have reservation information for that if you are interested. And then I have dial 211, get connected, get help. 211 is a toll-free number to connecting community to health and human services. This is from the Family Service Association. It was addressed to Mr. Norella. 211 assists those in need by providing free information referral services on a 365-day basis. We are just past the midpoint, and we have received over 84,000 referrals and identified 92,500 needs. So the 211 helpline is there for the community to use. So that might be something. I will post this on the Waymart Borough website. Maybe Mrs. Teresa, you can post it on Facebook.
Sure.
And it food banks, emergency housing, child abuse support group, mental health, etc.
Remind me before I leave, I'll take a picture of it.
And yeah, and that's it.
Thank you, Heather. Guests and citizens?
So I gave you the list.
Yes, I have it. Mr. Sally?
Yeah, I do the audit every year, and I'll give Shelley a copy right now.
How do we look?
We look good, but I have one concern, especially petty cash. She does a great job, but I don't have receipts for 5 or 6 $20 things, $10 things.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
and sometimes that post-it note is bigger than the receipt that I get. I think, I'm only gonna make a suggestion. I think there's gotta be at least a form big enough that I can find, because especially the post-it notes, they end up all over the place,
Okay.
you know?
Where's most of the petty cash? Oh, okay.
You know, and they forget, they say, oh, don't worry, I'll pay next month, and then I can't find it being paid, or getting the receipt, I should say, they got paid, but
Yeah.
the receipt, and that was about 5 or 6 problems we had.
Yeah, well, we don't want that. Anytime we have,
It probably didn't add up to $100, but the
Right.
fact is,
yeah,
Positive
dot
control.
your i's, cross your t's, I get it.
yeah.
Okay. So, what do you need from us, Shelley? Okay.
We're good, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah, I mean, we figured out everything, but next year, I'd like to have a receipt for all those little things.
Sure.
Whether it's $10 or $30 or,
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything over $30.
Okay.
It just had a lot of headache. And I'd like to tell you about Kathy Lake. Spent 5 weeks on this, and she's in chemo.
Kathleen.
Sorry about that. She's really having a hard time, but she did go through it. So I want to praise her for her due diligence, you know. It took her a lot, and
We pray for her.
yeah, she would feel bad when I gave it to her, but I got it here. She looks good now.
Yes, she does. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, she looks really good. So just wanted you to know that for her 5-10 hours of work, it took her a lot of weeks
Yeah,
to
that's
do
great.
it. You know.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Sally.
you, Mr. Sally.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
Mrs. Bonet?
Yes. Concerning the rodents,
Your turn.
I don't know if it's in the neighborhood, wherever it is. My husband lives out on the tractor the other day in the daytime and saw one coming across the backyard. There's
What kind of
holes.
rodents are we talking about?
We're talking about rats.
Okay.
And the holes in the back, down behind the house and the garage, the holes are all over. They're like this big. And we never had them. We're there 50 years, and this is the last 2 years now we've had to deal with it. and I don't know what else to do. He sprayed around the foundation of the house and everything. And we're still, what do you do about it? I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't
An
know.
exterminator?
Last year, one came across the road from the other side of the road by me, which I know where it came from, but I don't want any hard feelings with my neighbors either.
Does anybody have livestock anywhere where it's coming from?
Close by me?
Yeah.
No, the only one that have livestock would be, well, Pavlovich's have a horse and a donkey and,
Okay. What's that?
Excessive litter.
Oh, the swamp. I'm gonna look back there. I don't know. I guess it's an exterminator. I don't know. There's not a whole lot.
I don't know. I don't know.
This is why we're desperate for code enforcement.
Yeah, for sure. We're working on that. Let's see. Oh, don't we have Mr. Rutherford? We could.
Yes, we could move
Yes.
Mr. Rutherford up from new
Sure.
business, addressing the Fenwick commuter property.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Rutherford, land surveyor. I represent the Gavitas and Fenwicks, and I was here a couple of months ago,
So we
and
don't
got
get no
sent to
answer.
the county. I don't know if everyone wants to see what happened, but it's a
We
lot
saw
of,
that last time.
right, so it's a lot of addition. Joe and Lisa are conveying to Billy and his wife, basically the garden.
reason to go there.
So it's, taking 3/10 of an acre off of the Gavita land and adding it to the Fenwick Wing to form a lot that's 6.45 acres. Then Joe and Lisa's land.
Never had them before, never.
And there's 2 minor edits on the map that we've since changed, and there's a revised note on the map, and
And in the daytime,
signed, sealed.
in the daytime,
Okay.
I don't recommend this. I was
Any
born in
questions
the
on it?
okay?
Any questions? Going once?
So what do you
Going
need from the borough?
They'll eventually have to approve the,
Jamie, did you take it to the courthouse yet?
yeah, that's this
Okay.
letter from.
Could I read that letter?
Yeah, you can.
Just make a copy of it, right?
Oh, I got lots of
He's
copies.
got lots of
Oh,
copies,
okay.
right?
Okay,
I'll take
good.
them too, thank you.
Yeah, I can, I'm sorry.
Because we have to put that in a file.
No thanks.
Sure.
Mr. Farrell?
I make a motion that we accept the change of a portion of land for the subdivision addition, lot A, 0.32 acres of the meter as an addition to the land defendant, 6.13 acres. To form a lot of 6.45 acres. So just copy it off there.
I'll second it.
Mr. Rutherford, real quick.
Yes.
All the tax map numbers and everything?
Right, they have, and if you want me to.
Everything matches up?
Correct. And there's a revised note saying that we've corrected it based on the county letter from February 21st, 24, to correct those adjoining parcel numbers. And that was the only comments he had.
Okay. It's a motion on the table.
I seconded it.
Jane made a motion, Teresa seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion passes. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you guys. You guys signed it at the end?
Yeah.
Just kidding, sometime.
Okay.
They have
I don't need it tonight yet.
Okay.
They have to be.
Yeah, right. We got to put our seal on it. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Any other guests and citizens? Okay. Moving on. Planning Jane.
I wanted you to comment about what we decided to do for the, material shed.
Okay. Yeah, we talked to the Stephen, yes, and he gave us a year. So not that we want to take a year, but we have a year to spend the money. We're still going to shoot for the fall.
He suggested the year, and I composed a
Right.
letter, and Shane signed it, and we sent it to him.
Yeah, and he also said that we can break up the bid. We could do the building as a bid, a separate bid, and do the site work and the concrete work as separate bids as well, which I think will help with the cost. So we do have a year.
And hopefully I can find some local foundations that maybe we can get $7,000 or $8,000 to match to the $63,000, so that when the bids come in next time, it won't be too high for what we have.
Any questions? Okay. Jane, that can't be all.
I'm sorry, who did you speak to? You said Stephen?
Yeah, I
His first name is Stephen, his name is Mr. Stevens, or?
Stephen, I'll get you the name.
Wait, I have it.
I have it in my email.
Okay, I just put a question mark and I'll get back to you.
Okay. You know Stephen, right?
Yeah,
You know Stephen?
we all know Stephen.
Okay. You have more, Jane?
Yes,
Oh, okay. That's
here's
awesome.
the letter, you can copy his name from there.
Oh, thank you.
Last month, we approved to do phase 2 of the Wayside Park, and I need an official resolution, and so this would be 2024 number 2.
Number 2, yeah.
You want to read it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, be it resolved that the Waymart Borough of Wayne County hereby requests a Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Program grant of $232,500 from the Commonwealth Financing Authority to be used for Wayside Park Phase 2 development project. Be it further resolved that the applicant does hereby designate Shane Bailey, Council President, and Jane Barco, Borough Council Member, as the officials to execute all documents and agreements between the Waymart Borough and the Commonwealth Financing Authority to facilitate and assist in obtaining the requested grant. I, Heather Hesk, duly qualified Secretary of Waymart Borough, Wayne County, PA, hereby certify that the foregoing is a true and correct copy of a resolution duly adopted by a majority vote of the Waymart Borough Council at a regular meeting held 4/9/2024. Said resolution has been recorded in the minutes of the Waymart Borough Council and remains in effect as of this date.
So we need a motion.
Need a motion.
You want me to do it? Okay. I'll make a motion to allow Jane to go after the second half of the grant. Or should I read that? I should probably read that.
Well, she just read it, but
Yeah.
this is a resolution,
Okay.
so that's very much different. Okay.
To adopt the resolution
To adopt it.
2024-2.
Number 2. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution 2024-2.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Shane, seconded by Teresa. All in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Nays? Motion passes. Thanks, Shane.
I know you think I talk too much, but somebody else can take over one of these jobs if they'd like to. The American Rescue money, I added 2 more. Shelley and I met and I added 2 more bills. One of them was to Uline. Sorry. One of them was to Uline for the HD packet rack. That was $1,198.78. And the second one was Widmer 6-point blank concealable armor 1, and that was for the police, and that's $2,772.89. They were added to what we spent so far in American Rescue. You know, we have committed the Bob Wilson Field $35,000 and Wayside Park $36,600. So, adding all this together, if anybody likes to do this, that we have $10,978.98. The mayor has suggested something that was 600, what was it?
$92.
Patches.
Yeah. Well,
Patches.
with the vest though, we got a 50%,
Yeah, I was just gonna say
right?
that.
So that goes back into that, right? What's the leaky grant?
Yeah, when's that grant?
Yeah, well, we're not paying for the vest, but, I don't know if the patches would come under this program. I'd have to
No,
ask.
wasn't I'm just asking the one line item that you read was for the vest, I believe.
I gave you
No.
the full amount for those ballistic
Right.
vests, but
Yeah.
we're getting money back.
Yeah,
We're
we
getting
get
half the
50% of
money.
it.
I know that
Okay.
till tonight, so some of that's gonna be.
Was there any other bills that anybody remembers that we said to put in American Rescue? Shelley and I have been working at this and we weren't 100% sure. I don't have any other bills.
The cameras, all the security cameras were in there, right?
The security cameras aren't in here.
Yeah, the Joe.
Like I said last month at the meeting, if I don't have a bill, I can't pay it. I mean, I can't put it in American Rescue.
Right.
I did hand in a bill for the computer.
Oh, the cameras came out of the police fund, wasn't that for the reason that, and I thought we fixed that. During the budget meeting, I think we found the cameras came out of the police budget fund. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, technically that was supposed to come out of this, so, but it's, I mean, it's paid for.
Could the covers for our vests be put into that, or outer covers? Because we're gonna pay for them ourselves out of our own pockets.
The what?
The outer covers for the ballistic vests, the ones you wear outside the outer shell. Could that go in there? Whenever the bill comes in?
The only thing with uniforms, you get a uniform allowance every year, right?
Yeah, but
So
those shells will
exactly-
cost probably around 900 a piece, so we're gonna cover it ourselves.
I was a police officer for 20 years, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the outer shell that you put the vest, instead of wearing it underneath, you wear it outside. It's an outer shell that goes on them.
And it didn't come with the vest?
Oh, no, only it comes with the vest is just for inside wear. This is extra that we're getting.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, bring it in, but I don't
Okay.
think,
I don't think it would close.
well, I don't know, maybe it will, but
See,
bring it in
these are
and
all
we can
things
talk about it, but that's not here either.
The American Rescue money is
Yeah.
all to do projects to improve the borough. And I'm not sure the clothing would come under that.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about where did the cameras go? How did we pay for that?
That was the general fund, I don't think it was ever put on there. I think we were gonna see if it qualified or not.
Okay.
And what about the computer?
It isn't under here.
It's not on here either.
Yeah, so that could go on there.
I have to check on that. You got a thing in the mail, or you can thing in the mail, yeah, that's also in there. You got a thing, on, an email about this meeting that's going to be held in Holmesdale. And somebody asked, a couple people asked me, what does it mean in the ARP reporting assistance? That's the meeting I have to go to every year, which anybody else is welcome to go if they'd like. And it's April the 24th. I will ask them about the computer and I will ask them about, write down the name of what you're talking about. And,
I'll write down
Okay,
for you.
so this is really a work in progress. So we
it's
need
always
to-
a work in
Yeah,
progress.
okay,
There's $10,000 left.
well, maybe.
And what did she say? What kind of covers? Vest covers? or
yeah.
what?
The outer shell.
Outer shell.
We don't have anything to go by on that right now. I'm just concerned about what we have on here and then what we missed. And then that grant money, technically, we're getting 50% of that 2772 back. So,
It needs to be added there.
yeah.
So it's there, yeah. That's
Okay.
what- that's what-
Grant money, camera,
Outer
okay.
shell for Beth, right? She,
Right, yeah,
I wrote it down.
I'll check it at their meeting
okay.
where they go. Or not.
Does everybody have a copy of this?
No.
Do you have any more?
No, but.
Okay, don't worry about
There's lots of, every month I give it to
Do you
you.
want a copy?
Please, if anybody wants a copy, there's a copy back here.
Okay. So we'll dig a little deeper on the cameras and then the grant money should go back in there. And then we'll have a better idea in May. Any more questions? Concerns, thoughts?
Yes, Shane?
Yes.
Going back to the rodents,
Mhm.
can the neighborhood be investigated? Is that the word I want?
I mean, really, it's a neighbor thing. I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess if we had a code enforcement officer.
I mean, it's all in
Yeah,
the
which
borough, we're in the
technically
borough.
Dave did resign, and we did hire Taylor. Yeah, so we need to get Taylor.
Taylor doesn't have any background at all,
Right.
0. Do you want me to teach him?
I think he's
Or we
willing.
can have a
ready,
solicitor
willing.
teach him?
That's not a start. Do you have anything else, Jane?
I appreciate you sending me to the workshop on grants. It was for 4 weeks, for 2 hours a week, and the best part is the Borough Association was top of Penn State. The Borough Association has given permission for Teresa to have all these 4 recordings without paying for them. So anybody in the state of Pennsylvania that wants to hear this grant, wants to hear about soliciting for grants and how to find them and how to do a research on them, they are available from the Borough Association. So I think that's a step forward, really.
Good news.
So, thank you, except I noticed that the paper in here is disappearing quickly. I think we're gonna have to order more paper.
Yeah, I mean, there are boxes there, but we are going through a lot of paper.
Yes, I'd like to know where it's going. I didn't take a ream, I can tell you that. I took one last time.
Well, didn't we had the meetings at the fire hall, right? We queued up quite a bit of paper there, I believe. No, we get copies for that?
Oh,
No,
Okay. Any concerns about anything?
and don't forget the meeting on the 30th.
Right.
Sounds about, yeah.
That it, Jane?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Jane. Budget and finance, Teresa.
I've got a quarterly up-to-date comparing last year to this year. Real estate taxes last year, from January 1st to April 6th, 23, we had $3,650.98 in. This year, we only have $1,056.44 for a difference of $25.94.54. So we don't have as many taxes in this year yet.
Well, they're not
as
due
we
yet,
did last
right?
year.
They're technically due in May, I think, end of
Yeah,
May?
the last day of May.
But discounts, if
Right.
you want your discount, you
Sure.
should start getting them in.
Mm-hmm.
Police wages for the police chief last year was $2,543.50. This year is $2,187 for a difference of $356.50. The officers last year at this time, or for the quarter, was $12,364.21. This year is $16,851.50 for a difference of $4,487.29. Public Works last year was $4,710.75. This year is $5,565 for a difference of $854.25. That's all I've got regarding the budget.
That's good, thank you.
I do have a question though.
Yeah, do we have copies of that?
I was gonna say, can I have a
Sure.
copy of that?
Yeah,
So you're saying we're spending over the budget?
As of
no,
now,
it's not over the budget, it's just what we've spent so far
Okay.
for this
compared
year.
to last year.
I have a request. I don't know if there's enough in the general fund or not, but can we get a new vacuum cleaner, please? It doesn't have to be an expensive one. You can find a vacuum cleaner under $100, but the one that's in that closet it's garbage. It just doesn't work.
I believe we have a line item for a vacuum cleaner, right?
I make a motion that we purchase a vacuum cleaner and Teresa pick it up.
Not to exceed,
$10,000.
Like, you can get a Shark for a couple $100, and it'll do better than what's happening.
okay,
right
so
now.
not to exceed $250. Okay,
Okay.
all right. All in favor?
We need a
Second.
second.
Skip past that pesky second. I'll second it. Motion made by Jane, seconded by Shane. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Motion passes. To buy a new vacuum cleaner.
Thank
Not to
you.
exceed $200.
And another thing that we had talked about was chains for the bench.
Oh.
Chains and
yeah.
locks, so we can put that
So
bench
we can put that
outside.
bench outside. Wouldn't that look nice outside by the sign?
He is,
Then
but
Sal could just sit outside.
hold down security.
I mean, it's meant to be outside, should we put it out there? I think we should, right? Right, so we talked about.
I think it's used more in here than it would be outside though.
I think so.
It does, I don't know, I mean, like.
I like it in here myself.
Who's gonna be coming up and just sitting randomly in front of the police station? Yeah, well, you're right.
They can go next door at the historical society, we have 3 benches,
Okay.
and often we have people sit at them.
So you think you should move it outside?
No, I
So
think
leave
we should
the
keep
bench
it.
inside then?
We already have 3
Is
benches
it comfortable?
Surprisingly, yeah.
I just thought it was nice that, you know, it's got a plaque on it,
Yeah.
it says who that it was from.
It
I thought it would be
does.
nice to display it out,
I think
have it
we need a couple
outside.
more chairs for
I
that.
don't think the pillows in mine.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Yes.
what's a couple of chains cost at Chucky's?
I don't know.
Not much. Let's do that. Okay.
Do you want what else I have on here, or do you want me to wait?
Throw it, you hit us.
We were talking about this beam in the center.
Oh, yeah.
What's the chances that we could get a price to see how much it would cost to remove that, put 2 here, and the beam across the top to hold it so the ceiling doesn't fall in on us?
Nice.
And then we would have more room for us and chairs.
Yeah, let's get a couple quotes, see what it costs.
I know a council member that does carpentry work.
It's not here.
I know too. Carpentry
2?
work. I know too. Carpentry work.
The thing is, we must be aware that this holds the 2 parts of the building together. You know,
Yeah, that's
this is a
exactly
modular, you know, it's not a regular house, it's a modular.
You have,
I remember back in those days.
Explain it the way that you told me.
it's usually, you just run, you put a post on that corner and that corner, you just run another beam underneath that one.
Or alongside it.
So you bring that down lower?
We'll get a couple quotes, we'll have a couple quotes. Maybe Mr. Griffith can stop. Take a peek at it. Do they should help?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. There's totally.
Okay, so do you want to get a couple quotes?
Sure. Who should I, any suggestions? Brendan?
I think so.
And who else is there in?
Sal?
I can do it.
Is that your cup of tea?
He's
Thank
shaking
you,
his
sir.
vigorously is what he's shaking.